what can we do? What can we, how can we get help? We've got this large fleet out there. It's going to go end of life. We've got to do something. Um, that's where OpenLogic can really step in to help here. We can help in several different ways, but the first thing I'll introduce is our long-term support. So we'll call it CentOS LTS. Um, Very straightforward product here. What we're doing is basically picking up the football from where the community left off. We're going to keep an eye out for all CVEs of 7 and higher in the core repository. We're going to get those patched up for you. We have it in an easy to consume method. So it is just a Yum repository. But we don't mandate that you pull directly from us. If you have an internal patching system or you're using something in the cloud that's like a S3 bucket or something like that, all of that should still work as you're doing it now. Just swap in our bits and bytes in our endpoint mirror and you'll be good to go. Um, we are layering support onto this. So I know a lot of folks have been, self-supporting for 10 plus years, but as you're going into migrations, you might have some workloads that you would have liked some help on, or hey, you've got questions as you're actually getting into the nitty-gritty of migrations on what's next. I'm running into this issue as I'm going to Ubuntu, or hey, I'm trying to go from here to Alma. As you run into those, our tech support is there for you, and it's SLA backed with that. Um, we're vendor neutral. So that's really important as you look on these uncertain times. If you're only selling one thing, that one thing is going to be the answer to all the problems, correct? But in this case, we can keep an agnostic approach. We want to get you to a modern OS, but we need to do that in a sane way with the things that your company needs. So we can help with, hey, get you through that migration, but also help with, hey, where should we end up? And that we're, not trying to get there in an unbiased way or in an unbiased way. And then the other way is if you're in a compliant space, when this goes into life, you've got lack of a coverage. So this offering is really there to help, meet compliance needs as well. If you look at, how it can help overall, really kind of on all sides of the migration. We're there if you need help with the planning stages on, hey, what's next? If you've got stuff that's, kind of stuck in that migration, like we know where we need to go, but it's going to take some time, or, we're still just figuring it out. We've got you kind of covered from the post EOL migration. So, pause with what you got. We'll keep you covered from a security standpoint as we sort out what is next. And then that migration, we're there to help you with that migration, where you need to go. We can have that covered, as well as post-migration. Hey, if you end up on like a Rocky or an Alma or an OS that we support, happy to continue that, happy to help leverage any of the OS components on top of that workload. Really there just to help on all of your open source needs.